Welcome back, guys. This is Gaming with Austin, and today we're going towards more of the Utopian Community series. We're doing more of this. What's cool about Minecraft is they give you interesting facts. Plus, by the way, the release of Cuphead and his pal Mugman. I just want to say happy anniversary to those two. I just want to say happy anniversary to those two characters from the titular name from the game Cuphead. I just want to say happy anniversary to those characters. Plus, they bragged. Studio Moldenhauer bragged about it on Facebook. Maybe Twitter and Instagram. Maybe Twitter and Instagram about that. And I discovered how we can avoid raising your kids to be entitled. Give them a set amount of money every week. Give them a set amount of money every week. And keep it at a fixed amount. To avoid turning them into entitled, spoiled brats. Don't give them money if they ask for money. Just give them a set amount. Because that can teach them how to save up money. Save up for life. Educate your children. I only use my money when I need to, or use it. Like, if I was to fix my computer or something like that, or make a costume. Or make a costume. And eventually, because, making a costume, if something goes wrong, it's actually a lot cheaper in the long run. The upfront cost of the first materials you'll need, it's pretty expensive, but in the end, you're gonna save you're gonna save a shit ton of money. You're gonna save a shit ton of money in the end. Which is good. Because people love to save money. I like to take advantage of offers. Like, buy one, get one free. Stuff like that. I'd go for something like that. Plus, in the end, it's a lot cheaper. On paper, it sounds pretty good. It actually sounds pretty good. Just like buying a safety razor. It's more expensive up front. I know the upfront cost is more expensive, but in the end, you're going to save a lot of money. The reason you'll save so much money making the costume yourself is that you're going to save so much on labor costs. You'll be saving so much in labor costs. The reason labor cost is what makes most of the is what makes roller coasters so expensive to build. The cost of labor. Labor cost is one of those variables that makes roller coasters so expensive. Truth is, guns do not kill people. But I still believe that we need a balance. We need gun control too. But not too much control over our guns. We shouldn't take too much control over our guns, because people will revolt if they do. One of my reasons for gun control, a lot of it has to do with hunting. Because when people hunt, they have the risk of stealing food from carnivorous animals, which fucks with the ecosystem pretty bad. It screws with the ecosystems pretty bad, which means the carnivores will end up starving to death. Which is pretty sad. Which is one reason to go against animal hunting. You might be stealing food from other animals too, that need that food. Because they need that food too. They need some of that food too. My biggest reason for gun control some of it has to do with animal welfare. Because hunting's it's pretty controversial. It's pretty controversial. In fact, I'm against animal hunting. Because I think it's a blatant form of animal abuse, even if you kill them instantly. It's still abuse even if the animal gets killed instantly. Most carnivores eat primarily animal flesh. But most of them are really not obligate carnivores. The reason why cats hunt down animals is that they do so, and they do it for to survive. Us humans don't need meat to survive. Plus, our bodies really are not designed for it. You should search up the human. Compare the teeth to prove that. Compare the teeth to that of an omnivore. Our canines are. Our incisors are huge compared to that of an omnivore or a carnivore. Look at our intestines. Bunny rabbits have similar intestines to us, sort of. Look at our teeth. They're similar to that of our closest relative, the chimpanzee. Our incisors are sort of like that of a horse. This applies to all humans. Because most hominids are herbivores. In the form of frugivores, meaning they eat fruits, seeds, and nuts. That's how we get our protein. That's how vegetarian. Look at our saliva. Our saliva does not taste sour at all. In fact, it tastes slightly bitter. But we ultimately get used to that taste. Slightly bitter. But not noticeable. Compare that to the saliva of an omnivore. Omnivore's saliva is pretty acidic. Some of us the only tribe out there that can survive solely on meat are the Inuits, because there are no plants available for them to eat. Look at an omnivore and compare that to a human. With frugivores, well, like us humans and our closest relatives, like the apes and the monkeys, they usually have opposable thumbs. With omnivores, they usually have claws. An example of an animal that needs meat to survive: a lion. All the cats out there, like all the felines, including the tiger, the felids, like the tiger, the lion, the leopard, the house cat, and its ancestor, the wild cat. Some animals are obligate carnivores. What's wrong with feeding your cat a vegan diet? It can actually kill the cat. Because the cat needs that meat to survive. Which is why their brains are hardwired to make them hunt for food. Dogs are omnivores. With carnivores, obligate carnivores, they don't just need the meat, they need to eat the entire animal. Not just the meat, but also the organs and the bones, too. My stance on abortion is, it should be regulated. It's a woman's choice if she wants to abort a child. We need tougher standards when it goes to animal welfare, to where farm animals are protected. In the event of a hurricane. For humans, most of us cannot survive solely on meat. Most of us cannot survive solely on meat. Because it's not a very healthy diet. It's not a very healthy diet. It's not a very healthy diet to embrace. Because you need fiber. Because, you know, fiber helps us make poop. There's this song about making poop. It's called Just Make Poop. In the club wanna make poop. When it gets to making poop, there was this hardware store that the Jackass guys went to. Wanted the science to be stupid and take a shit in one of the toilet displays. Excuse the potty mouth. Excuse the potty mouth. Excuse the potty mouth. Yes, those are some of the poop jokes I like to tell, to myself. Well, It's not just humans that make poop. A man's best friend, Fido, makes poop too. In fact, every dog poops too. And poop is one of the main staples of pulling really mean pranks. Like lighting dog shit on your neighbor's front porch, ringing the doorbell and running off. And hauling ass. And your neighbor ends up stomping on that bag of dog shit. What's more extreme than that? Doing it with human feces. No one likes the idea of being covered with dog shit. That's one of Steve-O's quotes from Jackass 3D. Which is actually pretty true. It sucks when you stomp on dog shit. You'd have to change your shoes. Or clean them. Sucks pretty bad. When it goes to dogs, what's even worse than lighting dog poop on fire? Lighting actual human feces on fire. Which is pretty disgusting. Because you'd have to take a dump in a bag to do that. One of the quotes from Billy Madison when he was lighting dog poop on was, "Here's a nice piece of shit." Sorry. It's one of Adam Sandler's quotes from Billy Madison. And oh my god, Old Man Clemens hates shit! See, that was his target when he pulled the flaming bag of dog shit prank. He targeted Old Man Clemens. And that's one of his many quotes from Billy Madison. Adam Sandler also appeared in the movie Happy Gilmore. Which let's go to my bin. There's nothing in that bin as of right now. Let's start taking down that tree. Oops. Let's try the... Oops. It's not just Billy Madison. Billy Madison. It wasn't just Adam Sandler that appeared in that film. The now deceased Chris Farley appears in that film too. What's wrong with lighting dog shit on fire? It's considered... It's not only... It's vandalism, you're also harassing your neighbors by doing that. You're also harassing your neighbors by lighting dog shit on fire. On their doorstep. Not only it's vandalism, you're harassing your neighbors too. You're also harassing your neighbors, too. And you're also committing arson. What's wrong with... arson is the deliberate destruction of property by using fire. Which is not good. Usually it's illegal to do something like that. Billy Madison he committed arson. It was near the beginning of the film, like after his father's talk at the mansion, when he decided to light dog shit on fire at Old Man Clement's house. Plus, the problem with lighting stuff on fire is the smoke can actually damage your lungs. Because all smoke contains carcinogens. When you're burning stuff, you're releasing carcinogens in the air when you do that. The carcinogens in the air are not good for you. They've been known to cause cancer. Which ain't good for society. One of the most common cancers is skin cancer. It's really easy to treat. And exposure to smoke of any kind can actually put you at risk for COPD. Which is why I never smoked a cigarette, ever. And I'm not gonna think about smoking. Because cigarettes are not good for you. For every cigarette you smoke, you're damaging your lungs by doing that. Doesn't matter how many cigarettes you smoke, you're still putting your life at risk. Every time you smoke a cigarette, you risk dying from cancer, heart attacks. Don't take that risk. If you want to avoid that risk of smoking, that risk of cancer, don't smoke. If you do smoke, quit. If you do smoke, quit. You'll see a lot of health benefits go on when you quit smoking. You'll relapse a couple of times while trying to quit. What's even worse, if big tobacco companies started putting illegal drugs in their cigarettes to make them more addictive. Like opiates. Like morphine, codeine, Vicodin. We don't want that in our foods we consume on a daily basis, nor tobacco products. Because think about it. Look at the opium epidemic. Some people, they go so far to get more of Vicodin or opium by deliberately breaking their bones. They go so far to breaking their own bones, whether it be by smashing their hands with a hammer. Whether it be by smashing their hands with a hammer, deliberately crushing themselves with their own vehicles. This just sucks pretty bad. Look at the truth commercials. Drug addiction's not fun. It's not fun at all. Some people go so far to get opiates by smashing their hands with a hammer. This is not good. In fact, it's horrible. These, look at the victims of the opium epidemic. Some of the Ramones died from drug overdose. This is why you shouldn't be doing drugs, kids. Unless it's marijuana. The healing properties of marijuana and its smoke, they cancel each other out, meaning that smoking puts you at risk for tobacco. One of the risk factors of Alzheimer's is tobacco usage. It's actually a risk factor behind one of the many risk factors behind Alzheimer's. If you want to delay the onset of Alzheimer's, you should quit smoking. Because tobacco kills your brain cells, like alcohol. Tobacco can also lead to fertility problems in both men and women. And fertility drugs can not only put the fetus at risk, but can also cause earlier menopause in mothers and people taking those drugs. this concludes our video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subs if you loved it. As always, thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube for more. Follow me on Instagram for more. Share this with your friends and follow us. And as always, thank you for watching, and peace out.